How do you photograph a birth in really low light? I'm going to show you the one thing that I use at each and every birth to make sure that my images have no grain and are really, really high quality. Hey y'all, I am Tavia Redburn and I'm the owner of The Beauty in Birth, where I train birth photographers how to run successful businesses. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below. I release a new video each and every Friday that's going to help you grow your birth photography business. So today we're talking about the one thing that I use at every single birth, and that is a flash. So I use a Canon Speedlight at every single birth, and I know that this topic can be a little bit controversial among birth photographers. I think more and more birth photographers nowadays are starting to use flash, but when I was very first starting, it was kind of frowned upon because birth photographers always talk about being a fly on the wall and trying to remain unseen and unheard, and a flash completely goes against all of that because obviously it's a huge pop of light in the middle of their birth. But what I've discovered is that there's some pros and cons about using flash, and so I want to explain the pros and cons so that you can decide if using a flash at a birth is something that you want to start doing. So I want you to tell me in the comments, do you use flash at birth? Drop a comment below and tell me if you use flash when you're photographing births. One of the advantages to using flash at births is that you get much higher quality images. Used to, when I was at a dark birth, I would sometimes shoot at ISO 6400 or ISO 8000 or even higher than that. And now with flash at births, I'm able to shoot births at ISO 100, 250, 300, which is just crazy sharp, and it's just totally different than what I used to have to do whenever I didn't use flash. So obviously one of the big advantages is it really helps improve the quality of your images. Being able to shoot a birth at ISO 100 is a game changer. I have no noise whatsoever, and the crispness and quality of the photos is so amazing. I want to show you an example of an image that I shot with flash so you can tell such a huge difference that it's just stunning. After I saw these images side by side, I was sold on only using flash at the rest of my births. A big part of using flash at births is making sure that your clients understand that you're using flash. So I always talk to my clients at the consultation about the fact that I use flash 95% of the time unless it becomes a problem. So I just tell them, hey, you're hiring me for really, really great quality photos, and this flash is going to give you really, really great high quality photos. However, your comfort during the birth is really important to me. So if at any time the flash becomes a problem, let me know and I'll figure out a way to photograph the birth without the flash. But you're hiring me for really great quality images. 9 times out of 10, they're like, oh yeah, I use flash. That's totally fine, because they want the best images possible. Like, that's why they're paying me a lot of money. So most clients don't care, but it is important to talk to them ahead of time about it so that they know what to expect. Another really big advantage to using flash is you have so much more control over the image because you know where the light is coming from. So if mom is facing away from the light and what you want to photograph is in the shadow, you can alter that with your flash. You get to control where your light source is coming from. So that's a huge advantage to using flash at a birth. Now, there are also some cons, some disadvantages to using flash at births. A big one is you're potentially disrupting mom. If she's in labor, if she's in a hard part of labor, the flash can be a disruption. It can be a disruption to the team that's there helping mom. So it's really important to talk about it ahead of time, like we just discussed in the consultation, to make sure that mom understands what the flash is going to be like and make sure she knows if it's a problem that you'll stop using it. Another disadvantage to using flash is it's another piece of equipment that you have to keep up with. It's another piece of equipment that you have to learn, have a backup for, and feel comfortable using. So that can be another disadvantage, is that it's something else for you to learn how to use properly. A big factor with flash is making sure your batteries are super charged up, because if your batteries start to die, your flash isn't going to fire when you want it to, and you're going to end up with super dark images. So I actually purchased an Amazon rechargeable battery pack that I keep in my birth bag along with a bunch of spare batteries. So as soon as I get to the birth, I plug that in so I know that I have charged batteries ready to go, and I swap them out during the birth. So having charged batteries in your Speedlight is really important for it to function properly. I get asked often if I use the black foamy thing, BFT, black foam thingy, or black, I don't even know how you say it, but yes. So basically all you need for the Speedlight is, of course, your Speedlight, a rubber band. I know, so hard to find, and literally a piece of black foam. That is what the black foam thingy is it's a piece of black foam that goes around the top of your flash. So literally you can buy a piece of black foam at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever, wrap the rubber band around it. And again, you have to have backups of these. Like, I've been at a birth before where the rubber band broke, so you need to have extra rubber bands. Basically, basically this allows the light to be more directional. So when the light comes out, instead of filling up all the space over here, it's much more directional. So when you're bouncing it, let's say this is the front of the camera and I'm bouncing my light this way, it's much more directional than if it was not on there. So just try it out. Just get one on there and play around with it and see if it's something that you like. I really love the way that it adds a little bit more drama to the image instead of filling the whole room with light. It's just much more specific. Play around with it, see if it's something you like. When people talk about the black foam thingy, this is what they're talking about. Hopefully these pros and cons help you decide if you should start using flash at births. I feel like the pros outweigh the cons when it comes to flash because of the high quality images that it provides. So hopefully you can make a decision on if you want to use flash or not. I use flash 95% of the time, even when there's ample light, because I just really like having control over where the light is and the high quality images that it provides. Hopefully this video helps you decide if you want to use flash or not. Make sure you click that subscribe button below. I release a new video every single Friday that's going to help you grow your birth photography business. So I want you to tell me in the comments after watching this video, do you feel like you want to give flash a try? Are you already using flash in your business? Tell me in the comments below. I reply to each and every comment. I'll see you next time.